Oleg Gordievsky lived a life shaped by layers of deception. Born into a family where secrets were ingrained, his story began with the shadow of his father, a KGB officer whose involvement in Stalin's purges was never openly discussed. Despite his father's firm belief in the infallibility of the NKVD, there were hints of doubt, a silent acknowledgement of regret that Gordievsky sensed but never confirmed. His mother, on the other hand, carried her own hidden beliefs, keeping religious practices secret in a land where faith was outlawed. Beneath their seemingly straightforward existence, Gordievsky's family was rooted in a history of concealed truths. This theme of deception and duality would shape Gordievsky's life in ways he could never have predicted. During his university years, he forged the first of many hidden identities. While his friend Standa Kaplan from Czechoslovakia spoke openly against the Soviet regime, Gordievsky stayed silent, too intrigued by the dangerous confidence to speak out. He secretly tuned into BBC broadcasts, listening to the voice of America at night, an early sign of the internal conflict brewing within him. It wasn't long before he began working for MI6, and with that decision, the life he had known was split in two. As a KGB officer, Gordievsky presented himself as a loyal Soviet servant, working his way up in the ranks, but all the while passing valuable secrets to the British. His public life was one of allegiance and duty, while his private life was that of a spy. His loyalty was always to the Soviet system, until it wasn't. But it wasn't just in his work that his double life took shape. In his personal life, Gordievsky married twice, first, to a fellow KGB officer, and later, to the daughter of a high-ranking KGB general. He never once confided in either woman about the true nature of his work. As his plan to escape to Britain took form, he chose not to involve his wife, continuing to deceive her by insisting that he was the victim of a setup before disappearing, never to return. Despite his deep feelings for her, he could never fully trust her. His double life had made it impossible for him to share everything. Gordievsky's life, a constant balancing act between truth and lies, was filled with tension. The reader is left wondering, at each turn, whether he will be caught, whether his carefully crafted web of lies will unravel. In the end, it prompts reflection on our own lives. How many of us lead double lives, hiding pieces of ourselves from the world, or even from the people closest to us? The notion of a double life has always fascinated us, the idea that we can present one version of ourselves to the world, while hiding something completely different inside.